Welcome to the Prepping Report. This is going to be part 2 of Essentials of Medical Preparedness, and it is developing your medical library. A medical library is vastly important. Number one, hands-on training. You can't beat hands-on training. You got to have it. If you don't, when the time comes down to it, you won't have the skill level to be able to do what you need to do as a group medic, or just even as anybody in a survival situation. The second thing is building your library. It doesn't matter, even if you have a doctor that is in your survival group, they're going to need literature to refresh themselves on. It's not something that can be done, they're not going to retain everything they need to know. Just like a vascular surgeon is probably not going to be familiar with stuff that a common general family physician will be, and vice versa. Now, with starting your medical library, the first book that I highly recommend getting is some type of medical dictionary. Right here we got the Dorland's Illustrated Medical Dictionary. I love this book. Actually, my mother is a medical transcriptionist, and she wants to steal this book from me. It's that good. Great pictures. It's got everything. If there's a word in the rest of these other books that we'll go through that you don't know, this book is going to have it. Highly recommend starting off with a medical dictionary. Now we're going to go to basic A&P. I've got 3 books here. Actually, this book should be over here. But start with anatomy and physiology. You need to know your body. You need to know the body's systems. You need to know where they're at. Also, essential medical physiology. Just goes with the anatomy and physiology. Is just another book. It's got a lot of good information in it. Then I also bought a study guide. Now these 3 books right here I bought off a college textbook store, and I paid 75 cents a piece. Anybody that's been to college knows that books like these, when you buy them brand new, they're probably $100. But when this edition gets used up and the people turn them in, they get their $10 for them. The library try to resell them just as cheap as possible, just to get a little bit of money out of them. For these 3 books right here, I paid like 75 cents a piece. You can't beat that. And there's a couple other books up here that will show I got real cheap too. This just is a question and answer type thing. In the back, it's got the answers to make sure that you've actually retained your knowledge. Coming up next is I've got a EMT textbook and a paramedic textbook. I got these for 75 cents a piece. Don't really think that I need to get too involved in those. I've got here the special U.S. Army Special Forces Medical Handbook. Another great book that's got just tons of information, a lot of emergency information in there. Another book I got super cheap is Flint's Emergency Treatment and Management. It covers a lot of different diseases and different stuff of that nature. Ditch Medicine, another great book. And then coming up here, my final 2 books that I've got set out. I've got more, but I could spend all day showing you books. I'm just wanting to give everybody an idea. Is the Herbal Medicine Maker's Handbook. A buddy of mine that lives relatively close to me, he's a prepper also. He is big into herbal medicine. He's the one that got me onto this book. I've glanced at it twice. I have not really learned a lot to give a lot of comments on it. But still, other normal medical means are going to run out, and you're going to need to know something about herbal medicine. And it goes into my final book right here, the Doom and Bloom Medicine Handbook. I did a separate review on this book. I hope you watch that video. But this covers This is one of my favorite books. I've read it 4 or 5 times. I've got notes in here. This will teach you a lot. I highly recommend, after you get your A&P books, is to pick this book up. This is a must-have. If you are a prepper, and whether you're a group medic or you're not your group medic, I firmly believe that the Doom and Bloom Survival Medicine Handbook is a must-have. Also, they do a lot of videos. They've got their own website, I believe it's doomandbloom.com, that is a great resource of further information to learn from. Like I said, these are not all my medical books. You can go on a lot of college textbook websites and pick up a lot of good training manuals, super cheap. Have them, start going through them, start building up your medical knowledge. I'm doing this in order. Part 1 is hands-on training. Part 2 is, like I said, building your medical library. Part 3, we're going to go into some other stuff. But when we're talking about the beans, bullets, and band-aids, everybody gets the band-aids wrong. It's not about a surgical kit. It's not about all the pain medication you can get. It's not about how do I get antibiotics. You need to get your priorities straight. Get your hands-on training. Start building your library. And stay tuned. In a couple days, I'll put part 3 out where we'll look into some other stuff. Thank you for watching my video. Please be sure to share and subscribe. You can also join me on Facebook.